God, you're so welcome. Go ahead and call all your girlfriends. Give them the details of how it went down. I know you can't wait to brag to all of them about how I took your ass to Wangtown. I'll get my captain's hat, put on my floaties, and we'll set sail for sexy seas. For at least 3 minutes of ecstasy. Any more in this house would burn. That's why I don't last longer. Safety is my main concern. If you haven't finished, well baby that's just fine. You know that I'm here for you. Oh shit, look at the time. I have to go to the pudding store for pudding. Adieu. 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000, 4, 1,000, 5, 1,000, 6, 1,000, 7, 1,000, 8, 1,000, 9, 1,000, 10, 1,000, 11, 1,000, 12, 1,000, 13, 1,000, 14, 1,000, 15, 1,000, 16, 1,000. Maybe it's starting to sink in just how long 3 minutes really is. Let's skip right to the end. 179, 1,000. 180, 1,000. Oh! 3 minutes of ecstasy, several nights a month, not more than 4 times a month. That would be ridiculous. I'm sure I've left you happy, but in case that's not enough, here's a copy of my headshot and a drawing of my nuts. Drawing of my nuts. Drawing of my nuts.
Hey, it's Link. I'm back and I'm sailing on a ship.
I'm the king of red lions.
Yo, I don't give a shit. If there's one thing I've learned from years of saving this land, it's all I really need is a sword and shield in my hand.
But look over there, that sign says beware. A giant pit, no one can jump, you can't fly through the air. You'll need a special item to get through that moat. But what do I know, right? I'm just a fucking boat.
Fuck. Alright. Shit. Okay, I can maybe pick up 1 or 2 things on my way. But as far as I'm concerned, all I need is swordplay.
Shut your fucking elf mouth and take my items, okay? Your quest is long and the road is tough. The path is dark, you're gonna need a shitload of stuff. No lives are spared, you better be prepared. Marble bands and a boomerang and a cloth to shield that nasty wang. From a jeweler's mask to an empty glass, here's what you need to complete your
A
task.
bow and arrow dice and a skeleton key. And a second place trophy from a local spelling bee. A candle with a handle and a single Velcro sandal. Is this an old court order for a drug-related scandal?
No.
Hey, boat, all these items hurt my back. It's a lot.
Pop a Tylenol, you bitch, you've got 87 slots. Here's a hammer that can break any kind of rocket hits. And a pair of full-size studio drum kits. A giant used Q-tip, a really small cruise ship.
A parent signature for a Disneyland school trip?
Documents that prove the moon landing was a hoax.
And a legendary sacred hidden golden tome of fart jokes.
Wind waker lets you control the air. And this sit maker is a really comfortable reclining chair. The road is long, you must protect that schlong. No stallions and great medallions, you're a bigger deal than plumbing Italians. Sourdough, herd buffalo, just a few more things and you're ready to go.
Your grandma's glass eyeball.
80 pounds of drywall.
And every single item from the March issue of Sky
a
Mall?
vegan pasta maker.
The wrestler Undertaker?
An odd number of crutches and a family of Quakers.
A basket of muffins?
A turkey with the stuffing.
A pillow that needs fluffing?
A society of puffins.
A fresh unopened box of race quality potato sacks?
46 copies of the Jerk on Betamax.
It's getting kinda heavy.
I don't care, here's a Chevy in the wacky world of mini golf starring Eugene Levy.
Oh my god, I absolutely cannot carry one more thing!
Don't you worry, all that's left is this single piece of string. Whoa! You see? This is exactly why I also packed a spinal surgeon.
I hate you, Boat.
Bah, 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 bah. Okay. Hopefully that is good for music. Okay, so I'm in the wrong place. I go over here. Yeah. Here. Here we go. Okay. So I had like a lot of free time in work today, so I just like was just doing ideas, just going off. So if we hop over to, so I got a full like doc out. So this is like, this isn't even like complete. This is just like ideas that I had. So a lot of this was stuff. What I spent my time doing was going to the Vtuber wiki, then writing something down, then going to that person's lore video and watching that in full, and god, I had so much fucking free time you wouldn't believe. So we're going through this now. I guess I'll just go through it bit by bit, and we'll explain it. Okay, so, going to the very start of the timeline, we have time immemorial. This is just kind of like antediluvian, like super unbelievably ancient. I gotta turn that music down, it's actually bothering me. Okay, there we go. So what we have here is that I read this on the VTuber wiki on Rosemi's lore video. No, on her second outfit reveal. So basically that talks about a civil war breaking out in hell. This just kind of like explains. I have an idea for this, but I don't know where to like input it down here later. Basically, the civil war breaks out across hell, and then Satan gets killed by what was it, Diablo? And what he does is that he imbues power into the rose, and then seals the underworld behind a wall of thorns. That's pretty good. So we have that down as like time in memoriam. I'll include a few more things of just things that are so incomprehensibly far away that they don't even interact with human stuff. So, 1976. So it's an alternate. So it's alternate history, first of all, and there is a diverging moment. But I thought this was funny. Oh, actually, it'll probably be easier if I go down to shit like this. So I'm just doing like where each person fits in, essentially. With Lazulite, I only have one done thus far. I need to figure out where to put the other two, but this is what I just came up with for today because like I was looking at this concept, right? I was looking at this concept, and for the fucking life of me, I could not come up with. I wonder if I can make myself bigger. Why is my... Hang on, sorry. There's a really weird crop on my model. Okay. Hello. Okay. Okay, so I could not figure out for the life of me where to fit this in because it was so different from everything else later down the line, especially when you get into like what I'm focusing on mainly, which is Aluna and Exile. This shit just didn't fit, which sucks because poem is my favorite. Taking the phrase virtual Neverland and building upon that as her being like a virtual thing rather than a physical thing. So then I decided that like, what if like fey creatures are non-corporeal that can only manifest through non-physical means? So what that essentially means is that like they can't physically exist. They can only exist through more ethereal or esoteric means, whether it be through like stories or through environment, just some non-physical way that they can manifest themselves into the physical world. And so the way that she came around was that she manifested through the early internet in 1993. So essentially what that turns into is that when you go back up to here to 76, the Pomu virus appears on the Department of Defense's servers, because by this point, you know, the American DoD had a form of interconnected network in their offices. So the Pomu virus appears on that. It causes no damage. Oh shit. It causes no damage or steals any information. Only a basic message that says I'm Pomu. And then the virus vanishes after a reboot. Then in 1993, it reappears again, but this time for the public, when the internet has finally been released for public use. It follows the same pattern before being eliminated by Tachyon Data Consulting. Essentially, it's a virus that does this exact thing. It doesn't do any damage, but it spreads everywhere to every single piece of technology. So then, in reality, what actually happened is that Tachyon could find it within special servers for further study to figure out what this thing is. And this is kind of like the first instance of the world facing blatant magical appearances in modern history. So then, like, the main divergent point, though, is the Ethereum Cataclysm in 1996. Essentially what happens is that the Isthmus of Panama, just the entirety of Panama, is destroyed. Just an explosion just destroys Panama. And it's caused by... Ooh. Black. I know what it is. But if I ever want to do anything with that, I want that to be a reveal. If I ever do anything with this, I want this to be a reveal. So, I'm going to keep that secret. If I highlight it, or if I click on it anyway, then it's going to be revealed, but I can't click on it. But yeah, essentially there is something, there is a story reason as to why, right, not there's a story reason, but like, there is a non-publicly understood story behind the destruction of Panama. As a result of this, the United States, the Mexican, and the Latin American colonies are destroyed. I think I just fucking highlighted it. That's gonna need to be another edited stream. But essentially, these economies are decimated by this. Because obviously, I don't know if I should include Canada in that, because I don't know how reliant Canada was on the US's economy by that point. Looking over the GDPs of that year and that time, US was the top. So of course all these countries were relied on in some fashion. So I can't figure out, I think I might just leave it at this, because at least these are the most regionally concerned. As a result of this, Japan's lost decade, which was a moment of economic recession that caused a lot of job losses, it's suddenly interrupted by the sudden demand for new technology because the US has been taken out. And by this point, Japan was the second biggest economy. At the Panama site, mysterious particle residue that was later named Etheria becomes the new global focus as an energy source. So essentially, this is the discovery of what is magic, and in essence, it is infinite, but it requires people to use it. As in, like, it is a spiritual energy, which means only people can use it. So while it is technically an infinite resource, that infinite, the usage of it causes great strain to people. So, this leads later into the dark future. I can get rid of this line now, actually, because I have it later on. So then, 4 years after that, the Luna Institute of the Mystics is established in China. This is because I was looking for countries that would have both a high GDP, a big economy by this point, and also celebrate the Lunar New Year. So therefore, I chose mainland China. I haven't figured out where to actually put it at this point. I don't think I ever will. But yeah, like, I know that a ton of countries celebrate Lunar New Year, but this one just has the largest economy. So what I could do is that later on down the line, have each academy have multiple branches across different countries, that we could have like a Malaysia and a Taiwan and so on and so forth for Luna, which could be good. So, Sorry. So, in 2003, though, the first generation of ethereals are born. So essentially, this ties into XLA. XLA, in contrast to every other form of character in Nijisanji, instead of being based in magic, they are born with their powers innate in them. So essentially, the first generation of them are born in the year 2003, and they're called ethereals, is what I'm calling them. These are just regular humans who don't have training in magic but have innate abilities. And there are very few of them. But by 2006, the Infinity Institute is founded, and Vermilion is the first student. Essentially, the mysterious headmaster discovers Vermilion and founds the institute there. Essentially, what the Infinity Institute is designed for at this point is that, yes, it is a school of sorts, but it's primarily for researching this generation. And that is until 2007, the Infinity Institute is rebranded as the XLA Institute of Infinity. This is because Ver, being a sole prophet, tells the mysterious headmaster of an apocalypse on the 18th of January 2022. As in, that day is when essentially the end of the world begins, and then what leads into the dark future. Oh, this is out of order. Oh well, I'll fix this now. But essentially, yeah, by 2005, with America decimated, it is what the fuck. Okay. There we go. Alright. By the year 2005, the restoration of New York is finally complete. New York, so the entirety of America was greatly affected by the Panama incident, and this led to, multiple massive metropolitan cities falling into decay, and so the idea to restore New York to be a stronger entity and also a center of trade began some time ago, and is finished by 2005, with the city being renamed to Diamond City, which is in reference to the kind of shine that's on the windows of certain buildings. So the city is going to be built a certain way, with certain buildings having distinct functions so that they are owned by the city-state. And in the US, the Diamond City would act as its own little city-state. Its own centralized government, which could then follow into Fulgur Ovid's megacities kind of thing. Okay. So then in 2020, Maloko Kyoran is recruited to the XLA Institute and its student council. So essentially, yeah, this is the mysterious headmaster going around finding individuals, finding ethereals, and recruiting them to his academy, and more so onto his student council to act as his own little private strike team, in the loosest sense. Because as mentioned throughout all their lore videos, they do certain jobs behind the scenes, and so that's what the student council is. It is, of course, it is used primarily for PR as a face, and then its actual usage is to do these jobs. And the entirety of XLA as an institute is a front. It does teach people, but it is primarily used for researching and whatever this mysterious headmaster wants of it. Of course, it's all going toward preventing whatever apocalypse is coming. So then in 2021, Doppio Dropside is recruited to the Institute and the Student Council as well, because he is 1 year below Kyoran, so then that's when he comes in. Also, I changed it to be 16th of May 2021. That is because that is the day that Nijisanji debuted. And then the apocalypse is this date. This date was chosen because earlier on in someone's XLA lore video, they talked about an apocalypse coming in 247 days. What that actually means, I have no idea, but 247 days from here leads to this. There's some kind of event at this point. So that will constitute the apocalypse or the beginning of the end. So as we go further into the timeline, we can see by the year 2228, what is recognized as modern humans officially die out, being instead replaced by humans with heavy cybernetic enhancement, as shown in the Legatus lore video. We've been through this part, so we can drop down to some more character bits. So I was mainly focusing on like future stuff. So I did all of Noctix to figure out like what they're figure out where they fit in timeline wise. Okay, so Vroid is from 2603. That is taken from his birthday on the Vtuber wiki, 26th of March, so he's from the year 2603. And that is 375 years after humans have died out, as per his lore video. So that's 375 from this. So this is also primarily notes from the videos as well. So the Republic Megacity is of course where he is. This could be Diamond City in the future, or it could be a different city in the future. The Martyrus terrorist group. There's a handful of terrorist groups that show up throughout these lore videos, so I think I can connect them along like a narrative, as like one becomes the other through time, and like this message slowly decays as we get toward the future. As a Legatus, so Legatus units in general, as shown throughout the Noctix lore videos, are soldier units. So I know that it is stated that he's not technically a soldier, but as per like being a Legatus, he is a soldier in some sense. So I've made it so that when humans died out, he essentially stopped being a soldier and instead turned into an archivist, which is his primary reason for being taken to the modern day, because he'd have all the historical records saved to point out to find the point of origin. In terms of Alvin Knox, I can't remember where this came from. I think this was taken from his debut date, and then I removed some of the numbers. But essentially, I'm still trying to figure that out, because in his lore video, just a gem sends him back in time. Where does that fit in? I fucking don't know. For Sonny Briscoe, I had a wee bit of fun. So his video states that he is from the year 20XX, which implies that it is pre-2100. So I thought it'd be funny if I just made 2069. Commander of the Virtual Special Forces, the police commissioner's leader of the terrorist group Blackout. The police commissioner learns of the dark future, which is his reason for going back in time. That's not, like, there is no reason given in the lore video, because like it's not important. But that's the reason I'm giving, is that he learns of it, so he wants to go back in time. And the tachyon and the, sorry, not the tachyon, the facility where the wormhole is in that lore video is called the Tachyon Data Center. So of course this links back to Tachyon Data Consultants. This company of course has evolved into being a more massive, much more technologically advanced corporation. For Yugo, I made his birthday. Yeah, his year is his birthday as well. So Ike just appears in his video. I don't know how. I guessed that it wasn't the Ike from the start of Ike's story, because he's already aware of Vox. Excuse me. And, you know, already has some knowledge of Luxium, which implies that this Ike could be a future version of Ike that at some point was in the year 2407 to interact with Yugo. As I mentioned, his concert is interrupted by some Legatus units as part of their android regime. So by this point, the androids have already taken over, and things are already bad. He's pulled through time by nothing. So I need to find something to connect that. And then moving on to Ugi, his timeline, 169 is his height, so just add the 2 in front. He's from 2169. And then, of course, he travels to 2434, the Dark Future. What do I have here? So, outside of that, we also have, well, Kyo's kind of story was interesting. His whole thing is that he was transported by the moon into Illuna. So then this got me thinking, well, what does that? What is in the moon that does that? So as such, Kyo Kaneko becomes the avatar of the moon and chaos itself. And what stake does the moon have in this story? And so he's not an ethereal, but he has an artificially integrated ethereal ability. So when they were doing a power tier list for the characters, Kyo jokingly said that he had plot armor because he was a protagonist. So then I looked up, I just thought, why not add it? So I decided to look up the actual definition for plot armor. And to paraphrase, that was my phone. To paraphrase the definition of plot armor, the character can't die until they fulfill some role in the story. Therefore, Kyo's ability is that he cannot die until the purpose given to him by the moon entity is fulfilled. So he's essentially invincible until he does something, and the moment he does that something, he is no longer invincible. And this idea that I had kind of projects the moon entity to be far more ambivalent and not really caring, but more, it didn't save Kyo, it's merely using him. Because as part of the plot armor, the health conditions mentioned in his lore video, I won't go into any more detail than that. I'm only using it because it's mentioned in the actual lore video. Due to his plot armor, he is no longer affected by that condition. But the moment he no longer has his plot armor, he will then be again affected by his health issues. So overall, I'm starting to go through fully for the rest of Illuna to figure out exactly where they fit in lore-wise and like how I can use them. Going into Etheria energy. So essentially, yeah, this becomes the new global focus. This is the new oil. It's used in a variety of industries. This is just a few that I noted down while I was working on stuff today. So the Electro-Etherian trains, they're essentially electromagnetic. They're magnetic train lines that can run country to country. Across countries. Incredibly fast, incredibly efficient. The Etherian mass engines are used to essentially displace or manipulate gravitational fields to allow objects to float through the air. And this is, of course, first used in planes, and it will later be used in space travel technology, aerospace. And then the Etherian batteries are what essentially allow for... That is not a song that I can use. That's a song I can use. The Etherian batteries are used for electric cars. And then for construction, it is used for the creation of adamant, which is a lightweight but incredibly strong metal most commonly used in the construction of Diamond City. So I was looking for like a fantasy metal name. And one that had kind of like a chromatic kind of name to it. At first I think I used like Maxi Steel, but like that's not very good. And like looking up fictitious metals, there is orichalcum from the Legends of Atlantis. But the issue with that, the only reason I didn't use it was because I thought orichalcum was too big of a word that would be used too often. So I instead decided to go with adamant, which is it is the material that Kronos' scythe was made of when he cut off his dad's balls in Greek mythology. I think it might also actually be a real metal as well. as like a form of adamantine. And then of course for power, there's like on a larger scale for the Ethereum batteries, there's the Ethereum reactor. So like this is 30 minutes. So there's a lot here, and we need to order it so we can actually build like a story. So my main thought was that these mystics and these ethereals are being trained for something specific. And on the surface, it is of course to add to the Ethereum global economy at the moment, because that's huge. But more so, where Kyoran fits in, Meliko Kyoran, is that she is an exorcist. So that opens the door for some kind of spirit. And that's what can be like a general enemy of sorts. And where they would come from is probably this wall of thorns. If that were to ever break down, the underworld doesn't have to be actual hell in the Christian sense. Instead, it could simply be just a form of spirit world. With entities that are neither good nor evil. And by further examining like Christian mythology, the idea of Satan being directly evil is like it's malleable due to the fact that he's never given a specific reason for being banished to hell. And essentially punishing the evil doesn't really necessarily make you... Punishing the evil does not necessarily make you bad. It could actually make him good. So that's why like hell or the underworld or whatever would be yeah, it'll be more of like a neutral kind of underworld. So the spirits that come out, while needing to be exercised, some could be good and some could be bad. But it does create an innate imbalance that needs to be fixed through the work of exorcists. And a point that I might make is that Meliko might not actually be an ethereal, because she has her family is a line of exorcists, which would be a line of magic users. And magic users, as like shown through arcs like Shu and Vox and it's pretty common. So that's not really an issue. And the reason is that the headmaster could have just been searching for specifically an exorcist, and been more than happy to recruit one, even if she's not technically an ethereal. Water. Oh, fuck me. My throat really hurts now. I've been talking so much, man. And so fast. So yeah, essentially something happens in the modern day, which is here. So it's not that Doppio becomes a student. It's going to be like different. It's going to be something other than that. I might have turned down my microphone a little bit. Is my gain too high? Let me try to turn that down a wee bit. Okay, cool. Nope, it's still going yellow.
Why is that guy naked?
Fuck me. Okay. Maybe that's a little bit better. It does not look better. It does not look better. It does not look better. Okay. So what we... Jesus, why is it so loud? Sorry, I'm fiddling with like mic. And I don't know like how it sounds, so I'm just trying to like gauge it. Does not look better. Okay. So what we... Jesus, why is it so loud? Sorry, I'm fiddling with like mic. And I don't know like how it sounds, so I'm just trying to like gauge it. Does not look better. Okay. So what we... Jesus, why is it so... Maybe it's good. So yeah, it's not because Doppio becomes a student. There's going to be some other event that, you know, it's the inciting incident in the story. So the initial setup is that Aluna and Nextlayer are going to be rival schools. They are both started by mysterious headmasters to do something. So we need some form of inciting incident. We need to figure out who is a first year among all of them. So Doppio is a first year. So if we... I'm actually going to close my thing just for a second in case anything comes up. I shouldn't. Yeah, we don't want that coming up. Okay. I'm just... Hang on. Oh, that's the wrong one. Go. And hop onto here. And we go here. Okay. Ignore all the ads. So we're going to figure out who among all these characters is a first year. I believe Kyo is also a first year. That's just their images. So if we scroll down to here, first year, okay. So Maria is a first year.
That was the last song from Attitude
Yo, I'm
City.
pretty sure is also a
We hope you found it
first
really
year.
interesting,
Yep.
and would like to personally apologize to your socks in the event that they were rocked off.
Aya
too
might be a
hard during
second
quarters.
year. Yep.
If we can have a moment of
Yeah.
real talk.
I don't know why I remember some of these details because I barely looked at this on at their web pages. Aster is also a second year. Carla, I'm pretty sure, is a third year. She is, yeah. And I don't know what that was. Ren is a third year. Okay. Also, yeah, aliens. I gotta do like space shit as well. I need to come up with whatever he is and where this one fits into it. Because like, okay, I can deal with most of them, but a sentient star going to just school, fucking Jesus. Okay. So what we have now, that we know who is a first year. So therefore, the inciting incident is going to set up like what the actual process is going to be. Story. But I don't know what sense I want the story to exist in. So we're actually going to just put these down before I forget them. First year. Third year. First. Game of Thrones is on. Man of conviction. The world needs a hero, and I am that guy. Alright. I am the unicorn wizard, fighting for justice on a comet of stars. I help of my sidekick, Princess Handjob. I'm more awesome and smarter than I already are. Okay. So yeah, Blackout. I want them to be like a leading terrorist organization. That kind of evolve over time. I want them to be the ones that made Alvin the way he is, because this lore video doesn't go over how Alvin actually became like part machine. So I think Blackout should be responsible for that. I also want to create basically a form of sibling rivalry between Alira and Zen. Um, so Obsidia is described as the dark version of Lazulite, due to the fact that their themings are quite similar, but they use much darker characters. Then if we look at a character like Selene, who is essentially like the complete opposite to Alira, where Alira being a solar sky dragon and being a dragon tamer and having this big essentially majesty around her. And then you go to the half sister, who is, you know, not a tamer but a racer, and who struggles to, well, Alira can seamlessly shapeshift between one form to the other. Selene cannot. She struggles to maintain it, and being the half sister as well could also be a factor. So then we could have it that Alira Pandora is seen as the...
Ryan, bring it home, please.
Sorry, I'm listening to the music as well as at the same time. Excuse me.
Thank you.
But the Pandora family is essentially the big one. They are, you know, hugely famous, hugely renowned for their ability. And then the Tatsuki family is seen as like hanging on to their fame through the public eye anyway, regardless of how it actually is. And this could cause Selene, who may not have as good control over her abilities as her half-sister, being viewed as lesser in the public eye, thus creating, you know, a form of rivalry that is not even intended inside the family. And I need to find a way to where to insert a group of Obsidia to make them in contrast to Lazulite. So I was thinking, I gotta poop. I'm gonna go poop. Hang on, let me Alright, you can't read it. You cannot read it. Wait, I can make it funnier. I can make it funnier. Alright, I'm gonna go poop. Alright, bye.
welcome to what I pray is the final episode of Talking Video Games. Don't clap for their asses. Today our topic, like always, is games with simple plots.
Hi, I'm Sora from Kingdom
No!
Hearts.
You shut your mouth! I'm starting with our other guests first. Guests, please tell us your name and the simple plot of your game.
Hey, I'm the capsule from Arkanoid. As far as I can tell, I'm a tube, and a ball bounces off me.
I'm Miss Pac-Man. I'm Pac-Man with a bow.
Okay, Sora, did you see how it's done? Tell me the plot of your game, real simple, just like that.
You got it. Cue the music.
Cue the music!
Kyrie washes up on the shore, completely unaware of what the heck is in store. Then Destiny Islands blows up from the war of the heartless little evil guys that run on all fours.
I'm already lost. Who are these people and places?
I'll tell you later, buddy. I'm already off to the races. I'm now in Traverse Town with Goofy and Donald Duck.
From the Disney movies?
Yes.
What exactly the fuck?
I'm a Keyblade wielder and they need my ability. Sealing keyholes of worlds, restoring all the tranquility.
This is not making sense.
It's a little hard to follow. Everything will come together in the fashion of Hollow.
Let me get this straight. It's Mickey Mouse and you
No.
with all your heartless friends defending all that's true.
Wrong.
Now it is your destiny to cut up a bunch of keys, 'cause this is Final Fantasy.
Not even close. So I'm looking for Riku while I'm out on my quest.
Do I know him?
He's my best friend.
Hashtag blessed.
Well, actually, he's evil. It was just a facade. Now he's my arch enemy.
Oh my fucking god.
Now we are traveling to Hollow Bastion we go. Run into Riku, oh no! Possessed by Ansem and so. He's after Princess Kairi. And then I really try to be a hero, so I die to free her heart that's deep inside of me.
Tell me why Hanson even wants Kyrie. Why is the princess human if a mouse is key? Are you some kind of buccaneer? If you die, how are you here? Please kill me with the nearest spear.
Oh, I'll clear it up. So I turned into a heartless then brought back by Kairi's power. We escaped to the end of the world in places really dour. Ansem followed us there cause his plant finally starts to flower. As Kingdom Hearts appears, making every person quake and cower.
What is Kingdom Hearts?
It's a door and also a moon. But there's another one and it's a moon, but not like the first moon. Anyway, Ansem thinks that Kingdom Hearts has tons of bad stuff. But it opens and he melts from all the goodness.
That's tough.
Then we find out it's a doorway venting evil fast.
But it was filled with light stuff.
It's better not to ask. Me and Mickey Mouse seal up the door from both sides with our keys. And that's the basic premise of my game. No questions, please.
My God, this plot is all that I can take. I want to cry and jerk off into some pancakes, but I must swallow all the hate. I give up, this is my fate as host of Talking Video Games.
The ratings are in. The show's canceled.
Tits! Fuck yes! I mean, no. Oh no.
It was a beautiful day and everyone was excited. There was a picnic and the whole Nintendo crew was invited. Luigi stood up and said,
Listen, everyone, I love you guys. You are my best friends in the world. You make me glad to be alive.
Excuse me. Hi there. I'm the announcer for a fun new family game. It's called Super Smash Brothers.
That sounds nice. How do we play?
Well, first I'm gonna warp you into a world of hate and war, where you'll assault everyone you have ever known and loved before.
I don't think I want to do that.
Oh, come on, it'll be a blast. Now grab all your little friends, cause it is time for us to motherfucking...
Wait, no. smash each other doesn't mean we're not brothers. Ah! Mario, you suck!
Bite me!
Hey pretty lady, you're looking real fine. This is our first date. I'm not like other guys. I can tell that you have played it safe your whole life. So let's get naughty and break a couple rules tonight. Sneak in a movie, no one will ever know. Then run on private property and hold each other close. Beneath the moonlight, I've got a fun idea. Lean and kiss a cheek and gently whisper in your ear. Let's steal a car tonight. Commit a felony with me and drive until the sunrise. Let's steal a motherfucking car tonight. Young and alive. So let's commit some crimes.
Hey, I like you.
I got your flowers. Let's get some coffee. Look deep in my eyes and tell me about your family. We can hold hands, then you can watch me shoot cocaine into my eyes and rock a memory. Let's steal some art tonight. What's a few Picassos when you're on a sexy date? Let's steal some precious fucking art tonight. Young and alive. And crossing state lines.
Or, you know, we could go a little more traditional. Go for a walk, watch a movie. Actually, there's a really nice flower exhibit at the Botanical Gardens. Ninja Brian was just telling me about that last week. He loved it. Wait, you know what? Fuck it!
Let's kill some guy tonight. We're holding hands and laughing while we shank 'em in the starlight. Let's take a motherfucking life tonight. Young and alive. Which I can say for that guy. Yeah. Let's kill 5 guys tonight. Then share a cherry cola while we blast a savage drive-by. Let's kill 10 guys tonight.
You know what? First date, let's pump the brakes on the murders.
Let's kill 5 guys tonight. I'll take you back to your place and we'll craft a perfect alibi. Man, we had fun tonight. We're young and alive. And you can call me anytime.
Good first date. Want to do it again next week? No? Oh, all right.
I feel like Roger way up in gold. I like a god, they chase what I hold. King of the pirates, they look to my guidance, and now they go ride for lands I've foretold. I feel like Roger way up in gold. They not forgot the fame that I hold. King of the pirates, they wanna go find it and leave it behind, my treasure and gold. Sometimes I feel like I'm Roger. They go ride for my coffers. They want me to be mad, they want what I have, I want them to prosper. Yeah, we dealing gold with no coppers. Chopper flow, they broke with no doctors. Cop the throne and shown them my roster. Pirate king, they want what I offer. Box them out, leave a man like Gaiman. Joes who flow held these hands like diamonds. Talk with kings like Poseidon. Got the power scalers whining about bad writing. Sit down, had to let they wobble, they got big mouths. They ain't never messing with the king's crown. You gate the weevils, they be my sons, but they act like they discount. I got my ships out, act like they gin. How they change when they see how we eatin'. Watch how I'm leading, I stay ahead of the show, how I'm reading. Croissants, oh god, I got leave out by freezing. Malnutrition, how your berries low. Down so bad, you need a periscope. I keep a long arm like it's Jerry's coach. With this goat rise, that's how Mary flows. Judge on me, I don't need a jury. Watch a big brother like I'm category. I go Frankie on another cyberbullies. Be like Eva, how I'm turning pricks to pussies. They be wanting pleasure like my name was Dizzy. Dropping kilos on them like I'm Valentine. You gon' see the worst like I'm a super rookie. I be leaving oceans like a paradise. I feel like Roger way up in gold. Act like a god, they chase what I hold. King of the pirates, they look to my guidance, and now they go ride for lands I've foretold. I feel like Roger way up in gold. They know for God the fame that I hold. King of the pirates, they wanna go find it. I'm leaving behind my treasure and gold. It's Hucky, I'm taming the crowd. Apu, I'll make them drop when I'm loud. Done with these pirates, they act like they Eneru. They think they're gods, but their heads in the clouds. Burn to the ground, they be watching like Chow Chow. I got the clutch to make Goro say bow down. Fucked around and they found out. Feet flames, I hit them like Sanji Roundhouse. And my scripts in poneglyphs and redstone. Had your dinner, do it big, I'm well known. Man's like him, they wanna win, but they won't. Afro King, I'm in the ring like KO. Knockout, man's like God when the rock's out.
Bop.
In the place like it's lockdown. Drop with these ops and I've lost count. Scratch out the numbers, man's got a bingo card that I've crossed out.
Alright.
Ready back, exit the mount like a treasure
So, yeah, what I was thinking was that the progression of technology is very quick, and while it is possible for, while it is possible for humans to achieve this on their own, I think that it would be wise to have some kind of magical council overlooking them, making sure that, they don't create anything that's too dangerous. So I think that's where, like, actual Lazuli would come in, as each of them would be representatives of different areas of the magical world. And while they wouldn't have any they wouldn't have any authority over humanity, they would be a source of information. So I'm just trying to figure out which exact year. So in 96, it could be 97, just like the year after. Yeah, we can do it in. Fuck me, man.
They see the hair is on pepper cause now we're in effect. In fact, I might just bang a swing of flaming bat at your neck. The man is in check. The red around me giving such a lemon effect. I fight the fan and flame the fan in the death.
Okay, so so yeah, this is where we introduce like an individual that can guide how Etheria affects or intertwines with the digital realm. So she would represent like so Poma would represent the digital / virtual spaces, which of course goes into Sunny Briscoe being in charge of the virtual special forces for, cybercrime. Then we have, so we need something for these two to do. So, do a lyre for all forms of beasts. So, of course, with the introduction of magic, there's going to be a lot of different creatures that come around it, not just dragons, but all sorts of different kinds of creatures. So then he could be essentially the authority on beasts. And then Finana would be the representative of Hidden Magic Society. So, essentially, since she is the daughter of a ancient dragon king, he'd automatically be introduced whatever magical king is, just by nature of politics in royal families. And with them being, since they would have been active without humanity knowing, they'd have to be a secret society. So then she would be essentially the authority over, who is where, who represents what, and how to interact with them properly. That's where that comes in. And then we need something like Obsidia to come in and be essentially the shadow to that. And my goal is to have Obsidia eventually become Blackout. How do I do that? Essentially, it's this idea of groups becoming groups and slowly decaying out the message. So while this could be technically the descendant of Obsidia, it is not the representation of it. It is a much different version that believes it is the descendant, but it is clearly not. In actuality, Obsidia might be just like a secondary council for Lazulite. So while they can't manage every single aspect, Obsidia could come in and work as not their assistants, but people they can divulge work to. And over time, that identity of Obsidian could evolve and decay into Blackout, which could then go into becoming the Martyrists, eventually leading to the, of course, the death of humanity. In terms of actual aggression, I think I might want to actually focus. So of course I would focus on like a cast, but I think I would have like Kyo and Doppio being like main focuses, primarily because they are characters who don't necessarily fit in with their settings. Kyo being someone who was, for lack of a better term, isekai'd into his setting. And Doppio being a delinquent student that was brought in purely for having these abilities. So both of them being first years, they are introduced to the society as, you know, a reader would be, and they are separated enough from it so that that they wouldn't understand a lot, which means that you can explain it to the reader. Excuse me. So I need to figure out where Petra also fits into this. I don't know if she has a... Oop, there we go. This one's most confusing because as much as I read into it, it looks like she is literally just a fucking penguin. Penguin spent too much time alone in the frosty sea, has charm and complex emotions in the stormy sea. But like, why is she a person though? Like, there's not really anything about her lore, so we have to go into things like Servia and Miscellaneous to figure out who she, like, how does she fit into the setting and what makes her different from any other penguin. So we got music. Oh, she made all the stream overlays. That's really cool. Jesus, she made like 5 of them. Okay. Jesus, it's done so much work. Holy shit. Ah, fuck off. Oh, okay. Editing, okay.
Please accept my deepest apologies for wrecking the track, but at least I'm not misreading politics like that wallet I'm bleeding McDonald is.
That can be something.
Seriously, what a diff.
Different personalities could be interesting, just we need to figure out. I think I need just the baseline of her character to figure out what I can add to it.
It took an age for this mug to get discovered. Now there's people with mugs that have my name in the cupboards. Used to celebrate 100 subs, drink and get on it. If I did that now,
that could be
fucking alcoholic. Got my Amazon basket full of
interesting.
That's
That could be interesting.
See my girl without a permit to pass, and Cali's burned to ash, and pandemic surgeon is rapping, and there's a fucking 5th purge move. I'm just making the best of an also perfect circumstance. I've been trying to live a there's a few set on killing it, attacking little nerds with a passion, really your first plan of action. Some cartoon villain shit. Have you got nothing better to do? Embellishing truth, repetitive views, it's making it snooze. Yearly foot like a wage, I just spend it on shoes. Nah, I'm kidding, but my house has space if you have rent for the room. Baddie barge by and pass through your guard, boy is always on the ball, call him Schwartz or Jabbar. Got me rapping with my second and third favorite Daniels, the first being
okay.
on the rocks with a glass.
Yeah, like there's no like character, or not that there's no character, but like there's no lore. Was in Hispanic? Are you fucking kidding me? Yeah, Petremu was much better than fucking Jesus. Okay. That's okay. That's like a huge issue with Obsidia, is like I have no fucking clue what to do with Petra. If she's just a penguin, then why is she a person? How does she fit in? Supposed to be the counter to Finana, then she'd have to be a royal in her own way. So there's a handful of ways that she is the opposite. Finana mentioned, found in the lore, that she is mostly focused in tropical environments, while Petra is in frozen environments. So I guess that she could just be royalty from a frozen or a colder region. But there's no mention of her like having a royal lineage of any kind. We need to find something interesting for, because I don't want to just like slap her in and then never use her. So we need to find something interesting that makes her stand out as a unique member of the group. And while it's easy to do like when she's an actual person who is streaming, it's harder from a story perspective when there isn't a lot added for the purposes of character. And I'm trying to use as little about like the actual person in these as possible. So
Look, I know this may seem weird, but it's not.
we will go back to that, and I can think of something. I'll probably have to go away and then come back.
You should know that I'm not doing this for myself. For you. But most of all, I'm doing
So I kind of have Spider-Verse on my mind. To date, this Across the Spider-Verse came out recently, and I've seen it. So I want to do something with that. So we need someone who can work as a good mentor figure for our two main focuses. And my thought is maybe Ver, just because he's been with... Excuse me. In this setting, he's been with the Institute the longest. And his ability to view people's souls and see their identity through them makes him a very good judge of character. But it's just, I need to figure out what his exact allegiance is to the headmaster, because with a character who is mysterious and is also like picking up kids to fight his own little secret war, that's questionable morals. And I don't want to have the mentor figure be loyal to that. I'm working between a combination of Peter B. Parker and Hobie Brown. Someone that is rebellious against the system and tells people their worth. I don't know how long I'll stream this for, but I'm mainly just having fun at the moment. In terms of Etheria, so by 96 they would have appeared. In a way, their primary function in this is, I think I mentioned last time, but the first line of their song being "Enlighten the world before it collapses." They are the ones who are pulling people through time in whatever fashion, whether it be through, in Yugo's case, a portal that just pulls him through, or it's something more complex like a test with Albin, with whatever fucking gem he picked up. So essentially they are planning out these, they are bringing people from across different eras to this singular point in time for the purpose of preventing the apocalypse that has technically already happened by time travel rules. On a larger scale, God has already, the entity that would be the face of God, in whatever sense I decide to do it in. Jesus, that's gonna be fun. The apocalypse has already happened. Everything is already destroyed. We've essentially gone back in time from that point to now, in an attempt to prevent it from happening. whether that rewrites the timeline and makes the initial time travel not happen at all, or it creates a new timeline. Sorry, hit the microphone. So that's essentially what most of Etheria is doing. Actually, no, I think all of Etheria. They are traveling back, finding specific people in history who can be useful towards this and pulling them together. So that is most notable with the groups of Noctis. We have someone like Fulgur Ovid, who is an archivist. Whatever about his soldier abilities, he has an entire database in his, cybernetic person that has the entire history of humanity up to the whatever point. Alban Nox is the ultimate phantom thief. He can steal anything, that kind of ability you need. Sonny Briscoe, whilst being slightly incompetent due to his... We're back. Yugo primarily for his spirit. Through his, in his lore video, through his music, is this unrelenting force to enjoy life itself. And that can be a very useful asset. And then in terms of Uki Violetta, the bearer of all cosmic power in existence is given to him. And they can open portals, whatever. We don't know, it's never explained what the full extent of Uki's power is, so that's crazy. And then when we get into something like Luxium, we have a detective, a vastly powerful sorcerer, a cunning strategist in the form of a mobster who, despite his age, and would have been in that time primarily outcasted for his heritage, managed to build up his own massive criminal empire and took full advantage of the Prohibition era. So that's also a huge buff. And Ike, I'm still figuring out. Because it's that thing of you have all these people who have backgrounds that are designed around specific kinds of characters for a specific kind of setting, and then you insert someone like novelist. And it's how do I fit you in? But essentially, they're all being pulled into this era for a reason. And I'm undecided whether or not Luna and Exley will be a part of that calling, or if they will just happen to be in the timeline. So there's that. And the actual progress of the story. I need to figure out what the inciting incident is. I was having too much fun doing all the background stuff that I forgot to do it. So we gotta do that. So yeah, and just going back to Etheria, sorry, ADD. Going back to Etheria, not the energy, the group. The idea of some of them either being from hell or have visited hell, or moving between the two, lends more to the idea that this is less of a good and bad narrative and more of just a ethereal spirit realm. That is kind of more interesting to work with than a simple good and bad narrative.
Ready? Here we go.
Fucking forgot about this song.
Hey buddy. Guess what?
In terms of who the headmaster is, I don't know if I should keep that as secret or keep it as a reveal. I have an idea for who one of the headmasters could be, and I think it fits pretty well. But I don't know about the other one. Yeah, I know who I wanted it to be for Illuna, but I don't know for Exile. I think I might actually have it be a custom-made character. Not a custom... Jesus Christ, that was such a dumb sentence. An original character. Because there's not many background characters in this kind of setting. Outside of using family, and I don't want to do that. Because again, I'm trying to use as little of the real world as possible in this. In terms of what the actual apocalypse could be, the event that sets off the apocalypse, it is involved in this. And I can't reveal that as of yet. So I want it to be not an obvious thing. Sorry, not an obvious thing, but a like just someone like finishes a machine or someone casts a spell and then like that's it bad. I want it to be something that is obtuse and something that you wouldn't expect to be the inciting incident to the apocalypse. Whether it be someone is accidentally killed or some small detail goes wrong that sets in motion the domino effect that leads to, you know, the progressing dark future. And in terms of, and like, I didn't write anything down for Uki's because it was mostly song, but it opens doors to write about interesting things. What I was mainly thinking about was how, sorry, I'm moving my mic a little bit. An organization, so essentially is placed in a dark future in which human society is segregated into the higher class and the lower class. And so, need to figure out how we get from regular society to that, and what is defined as upper society and lower society, because it could be, you know, as I said earlier, segregated human society, or it could be that the androids are the top society and humans are the lower. But then, in my own personal opinion, that pulls away from the idea from like writing about segregation properly. But I don't think I should do that with this. I think I should make it lighter. Primarily because, like, again, I'm dealing with not just fictional characters, but like it also does. It is also related to real people, and attaching that kind of message onto individuals that don't ask for it. And also, there is a chance that it could get too edgy for what is essentially fan fiction, and too outside of what the actual focus of that should be. You know, it's the same thing when someone does like zombie fan fiction or something like that. It's too outside of the regular setting that it feels like it doesn't fit with the source material. So I think I might just make it androids and humans, or something between humans but lighter than what I would instinctively do. Because my actual instinct is to write like realistic segregation, and that gets bad. So we need to figure out what kind of group. So essentially in Uki's lore video, for his parents to live, they end up selling off their child to a group that says they will help them, but ends up not helping them. And I think that could be. Where is it? An evolution of this. Essentially, again, this is the idea of like things evolving and becoming different from what they actually were. Excuse me. So, yeah, it could be sold to a future incarnation of the Exley Institute, which is no longer the, well, quote unquote good. I actually did the hand symbol there. So yeah, it ends up like not treating the kids well, and it could be, since maybe Uki is not ethereal, he actually is not of much use to them. And then of course he gains the star and becomes a god. That kind of power It's very open. Becoming the avatar of form of like celestial divinity doesn't mean he is invincible. Like, it doesn't make him Goku. It could be something that actually has no like offensive capability, but still has vast power, such as, you know, creating portals. I can't remember, is Uki supposed to be a psychic before or after he gets the star? Because he's a psychic beforehand, then he can be counted as an ethereal, and then that's a reason for him to be sold off to the XLA Foundation. Yeah, essentially, like, Uki being the one to travel into the future and view the dark future makes him a good character to focus on. As well as Kyo being like the avatar male focused. I know Uki doesn't fully fall under that banner, but I want to look at other people's characters and see if I can pull anything from them to like make them more focused.
One wrong move, take your head. Rose on the drip, I'm the best. When I put a motherfucker in the bed. Volcanic, blow like a Krakatoa. Barbaric, these pirates and acting sober. Traumatic, stumble, you lack composure when you look at all the bodies that I'm standing over. My justice is absolute, guess that's too bad for you. Pirates stay stacked in the catacombs, taking more shots than a camera crew. So I be leaving no trace, cause that's just what my magma do. Just what my magma do. I bring a meltdown, get out your dogs and I get out my hell.
But yeah, essentially I need to create a point inside me to define what the actual narrative of this story is going to be. I want to be involved with Melika Kyoran's evil spirits that she exercises. I like I said earlier, but like they can be general shonen enemy in the same way like Bleach has those. And we could evolve a plan from them of like what a lord of those do, and what that essential plan would be. I have an idea. Oh, and one other idea I came up with. This is what will win fight. This is what I think will be quite interesting. Is that everyone is pulled together. Six, 8, 9, 11, 12, 13.
Here's another cover song for you folks at home. This is a little song called Everybody Wants to Rule the World by your favorite and mine, David Bowie.
So essentially, when all 31 individuals are brought together, they're like, we brought... Oh, that's not a song that I can play. When all 31 arrive, the Council of Etheria, essentially, they'll have to... 27? When all 27 arrive, they say that they were supposed to have 26. And one among them is a traitor. And that traitor will be the one who will initiate the apocalypse. So that's what makes it a little bit more intense. Trying to figure out who among this group of 20-something people is going to be the one that will initiate the apocalypse, whether by accident or by intention. The summit, the pendulum swings like any puppet. The world's on a string, invisible glove with the glove on a thread. One man can catch it, can plummet the web. Set on the back of the eyes of the dead. The terror in black with a tie burning red. The blood that was spilled in a chilling whodunit. Your cupboards are filled, there's no pinning the culprit. Assassins just pale and he's kicking the buckets. Madman and magnates, the sick and corrupted. Fuck me. No, your status doesn't matter. Empty will your billionaire in a palace or a man would kill his educare. If you're penciled in his planner, chances he's already there. Fuck me. Those passes when punched, well, they're all 47. Shadow on the wall. God, Nem Raps has a really good verse in this. No architect. Fire forged in the wire pole. Tied around your neck. This next for all the warnings. My security's been beefed up several times since 9 this morning. Checkpoints at every corner. Lasers and ventilations. I've got bodyguards for bodyguards. No way he'll pay no trade. And every unit on my team supreme completely redeemed from worthiness. Come pervious to the schemes of mercenary services. Certain sources servient. Move unless I say so. Can't refuse my influence. Half your crew is on my payroll. Put a bounty on his head. The crass assassin makes me sick. If his barcode doesn't scan, we just need a price check him. Blood spilling on my desired tails. Clean up in aisle 7. Look. Not afraid of the ICA. I'm in like 1,000 floors up. They'll never find me. Wait. Is that a person lurking in the curtains? No, it's gotta be the bourbon, because I'm certain my observers would have heard him. He passed. Oh my god, it is him. I need to think fast. Guards, someone stop this vigilante. Please. Family, is this the end? No, it can't. That's such a good verse. Yeah, we need to focus on like what these spirits are. And I think that might be the I don't know what to do now. I don't think I actually planned a lot, but I have been talking a lot. I don't know. I still don't know what I want to do with this. If I actually want it to be like a narrative, or if I'm just doing it for fun, and it means nothing. Maybe it could be a narrative, but I need to like study the people more to actually get a sense of how to write them realistically. That was something I need to do with Ruby. I used it factory. Yeah, not doing that anymore. Balanced on the brink and think it'll fall to. Oh, my phone is vibrating. It's dying. I'll set that up. Alright.
Well, that's the end of our album.
Yeah. Alrighty. So our main focus. Write a little note here. Font. Focus. Inciting incident. Spirits. I think these are like the two. Oh yeah. Yeah. Excuse me. Yeah. Well, I mostly do have fun with like doing countries and their history and like, you know, building up on that kind of stuff for world building. To actually like do something interesting with this, I will need to focus on these smaller, more precise elements, and I think by taking, you know, inspiration from something like Spider-Verse, I can do those large overarching narratives, but have a huge focus on character, because I think that's what makes those stories good. And figuring out where these characters kind of fit in and how they operate as well. Because, like, of course, they can't be vigilantes. But we need something definitely for them to do. And I think positioning them in academic situations is really good. The part of me that wants to do a little bit of karaoke, but I don't know if I have the voice for it right now. I don't know if my voice is good enough to do it. I've been seeing I've been singing Nijisanji constantly whenever I get a chance. On the rare occasions that I do actually get to sit. But I don't know. We try? I can have a go. I do have some of the karaoke tracks actually saved. Are we already here? Oh, I can't do like a slide. I was looking at my transitions, but yeah, we'll do fade. That's the easier one. Alrighty, we'll save that document. Oh, yeah. I think it'll be funny as well to see, can I stay on time without having the lyrics by my side? No, because I've actually never re-listened to these without lyrics. It could be funny. It'd be funny. I know. I want to get the lyrics as well. I don't know the Japanese parts. That's probably going to be bad. What am I looking for? Oh, yeah. Also, yeah, how well can I sing it without actually having the lyrics done as well? Give me the fucking lyrics. Okay. I don't know if I'll actually be able to do this. This is probably gonna be real shit. Okay, let's try. Oh, it's already starting. Okay. Let's see how well this goes. It's probably gonna go real shit. Okay. Go time. Jazz, oh jazz, wanna live free all the time. Take control, cause this is my life. This world will be mine. Jazz, yeah, jazz, take you to the sky. Well, baby, yeah, you know it's showtime. Jazz, oh jazz, wanna make you lose your mind. Time to step up, never give up. Now this is the time. Jazz, yeah, jazz, make it so you're mine. Well, baby, gonna show you my love. Jazz, showtime. Oh, crying every day is such a waste. I'll cast a spell on you, give you a taste. Now let's throw that silly glass slipper away. Oh, come on, baby. Wanna get down with your body on me. Yeah. What you wanna do? What you wanna do? Tell me. Come on, Jazz. Jazz. Wanna live free all the time. Take control. This is my life. This will be mine. Jazz. Yeah, Jazz. Gonna take you to the sky. Well, baby, yeah, you know it's showtime. Jazz, Jazz, wanna make you lose your mind. Time to step up, never give up. Now this is the time. Jazz, yeah, Jazz, make it so you're mine. Girl, baby, gonna show you my love. Today we're gonna tear down this place. Better believe it, feel the sound. Pick it out, let's get louder. Up and down, just dance around. We're the ones that are gonna own this town. You don't know we're doing, hop on in. Yeah, we're the heroes, yeah, we're the heroes. Jazz, showtime. Jazz. Jazz, won't live free all the time. Take control, cause this is my life. This way will be mine. Jazz, yeah, Jazz, gonna take you to the sky. Well, baby, yeah, you know it's showtime. Oh, that was probably real fucking bad. I didn't look at the fucking lyrics at all. Let's try and do Hold It Down with no.
I think a logo.
Shut up. No practice. No practice. We're going head first. This is gonna suck. Fuck me. By the bell, this is the game plan. Sit back and pay attention, this is how the game's ran. I had to make up a way. Fuck me. I fucked it up, we're gonna go back. By the bell, this is the game plan. Sit back and pay attention, this is how the game's ran. I had to switch up the pace, I had to build up a name, yeah. I had to make up a way, now they are riding my wave, yeah. Accumulate these blacks, we wrote a million letters. Got you, we got you. Won't lose now. I don't know this rhythm, man. It's too bad, it's real fucking bad. Distant recollection. Oh, I've been waiting for this day to play this. Oh, been making changes, had to get it all aligned. Had to start all night to get up on ahead. Hold it in till the end. It makes a difference when you started from the bottom. Barely hit the ceiling. Hold it down. Sit back and watch the team. Hold it down. This isn't on the screens. What am I pumped for the bass? It's the contrary. We're wary, we're ready. I'm solo, ain't got no secrets now. Been on my own, on the brink of kicking out. This is the pinnacle, no contradiction though. We're not ordinary. So it was real overdue in time, catching up with future self. Full throttle, gonna make this last forever. The motto, that's the motto. Work hard to make a future better. My heart is bleeding from the pain up. Fuck. I was doing actually sort of well. Fuck. My voice is so fucking shot, man. Oh, that was so bad. Where can we jump back to? I'll admit it, it was kinda scary. I had to carry on the keys of emotion and fuck me, doing this wrong. But making changes had to get it all around. I sacrificed my nest to get up on my head. Hold it in. And you barely hit the ceiling. Taking off. 3, 2, 1. Fuck me, that was so fucking terrible. What have we got? What have we got normal playlist wise? No. 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 No.
Ninja Brian.
No. 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 Try this.
What's up, baby? You're a very sexy lady. What's a good girl like you doing in a hood like this? Your life's in danger, every enemy's a stranger. Looking for you, I rule this town with my iron fists. Check my sunglasses for proof that I kick some asses. No more classes, you've been schooled and now you know the deal. Everyone here has a black belt in amazing and diplomas from the University of fucking keeping it real. That's how we're living. Welcome to Attitude City. No fucks are given when you're in Attitude City. You made the right decision. They'll go us to learn how to rock. Now sit back as I walk you through my life is the baddest fucking dude on the block. Every morning I wake up before the dawn and run a half a mile in 47 minutes flat. Ooh, the shit gets crazy, I water my grandma's daisies and sit down with her for biscuits and have a nice chat. Then I maintain this insane body with weight training. Can't contain me, put 5 pounds up on that barbell rack. Just ask my mother, I am one to fucking fuck her. And if I have scary dreams, I can't just go to sleep between her and dad. No one can faze me when I'm in Attitude City. This shit gets crazy. Daily in Attitude City.
I want to do a different one.
For this next song, this song.
Sometimes I
Hey, Ken.
Speaking of emotions, I would just like to say.
No.
we've been
Hello and welcome. Good evening, ladies.
I don't know what I'm
Picked
doing.
you up at 8. My heart was racing, and now we're on our first date. You look so radiant as we walk into the restaurant. You start talking and I smile and nod. You told me about your life, but I was lost inside your oceanic eyes. Our hands
hands touched briefly as the light reflected off your golden hair. A strong electric charge was in the air. Now it's 10 o'clock and the meal is done, but the conversation's just begun. You're fascinating, I feel blessed, but I have to be honest, I don't know what we're talking about, and I haven't for a while. And I don't know what we're talking about, and I haven't for a while.
My eyes are open wide. You speak with passion, but I'm panicking inside. 'Cause I've been daydreaming about a pterodactyl named Lamar. When he's tired of flying, he drives a car. He's got to get to work on time. His nursing job is on the line. His wife is always on his case. Why can't she give Lamar some space? I don't know what we're talking about, and I haven't for a while. And I don't know what we're talking about, and I haven't for a while. I'm pretty sure you're telling me about your new job. I'm not absorbing anything, smile and nod. I'm thinking about ladders, if I tell you is that hot? Is it my turn to talk? You're looking at me, oh god, focus, focus. Penguin in a costume, how many Draculas are hiding in this room? Marlon Brando was so very handsome in his prime. I'd make an awesome cop if I could stop committing crime. I don't know what we're talking about. I don't know what we're talking about. Where am I? Don't know what we're talking about, and I haven't for a while.
I'm gonna have to go back to night school. Come on, who cares about this?
And I don't know what we're talking about, and I haven't for a while.
Anyway, why don't you and I go back to my place and, oh, I see you left at some point.
No, not this one. No, not this one. No, not this one. Oh, I don't know if I can do this one. And I want to try something. Ignore those noises.
You're probably thinking to yourself, it's been 10 years, so where and how is Ninja Sex Party now? Well, we're still freaking awesome and we're back at your house. Once we came to see who you wanted to sleep with, Ryan and me. Now's your second chance, congrats in advance. We're all grown up and ready for romance. Now maybe we can help you out, 'cause Brian and I are so single somehow. We've been on tour, now we're so fucking mature. Brian, the sexual arousing you richly deserve is what we can bring. But before we begin, let me tell you where we've been. We've had so many adventures. I mean, meaningful love to furniture. We've been on road trips round the world. I had almost sex with like 100 girls. FYI, I cry. There were unicorn wizards and samurai. Dick balls, heed my boners calls. Some were from the heart, some had no reason at all. Now here we are at your door, after laser-filled fights with dinosaurs. Got my dragon lance, but I still just want to dance. Went to 69. Learned that I was cool as fuck just on the inside. In a party of 3, we're the nut lords of your dreams.
Wow. In the 10 years since we last saw each other, we've grown so much. As people, as musicians, and also as people. Oh, and since you're probably wondering, here's a short list I compiled of everybody in the world who does not have a crippling STD. Number 1, Ninja Brian.
Oh, sorry, wrong list.
Brian's got an STD. Brian's got an STD. An STD. Brian's got an STD. And I don't get it, you probably shouldn't. He's never even had real sex with a woman. When we kiss, Brian will be pissed. He'll have to die alone with his micro penis.
My apologies. I love that song. It's so much fun. It's so fun.
The song's called Dino.
I don't
Ladies
even
and
know if I can
gentlemen,
do it right. I'm just having fun now. Oh, this one.
sorry to interrupt your beach party, everyone. Just thought I'd stop by with my car.
4 wheels, 1 key, I must be truly blessed. Life is a school and I'm passing the test. 2 working headlights, 4 functional seats, and get a load of these pedals that I can push with my feet. There's an AM radio that kicks you right in the ass. So turn down the treble, baby, and crank up the bass. I own a car. I own a car, woman. The cup holder holds anything as long as it's a cup. I own a car.
Can't hit that note.
Look out, it's beige, the coolest kind of brown a human can handle. Thank God that you're sitting down. Check out these windows, they're totally clear, so you can watch in amazement as stuff gets more near. Do you believe in miracles? We're shooting off like a star. And who needs a license, mama? When you got a car, I own a car. I own a car, you turkeys. The engine is a mystery and no one knows how it works. I own a car. Guess what I own, boys? Is it a boat? No. Is it a car? No. Oh, yes, actually. The boys guess that much faster than I thought the boys would guess. I own a car. I own a car.
What else we got? No. 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 Too hard. No. 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 There'll be a lot of NSP songs.
Ninja Brian, I invited a large number of girls over here for an orgy tonight, but I have to say the responses thus far haven't been exactly
maybe not.
what I'd hoped for.
No.
Somewhere.
Why, hello there. You're a very attractive young lady. I'd like to ask you out on the hottest of dates. I see that you have a lot of other gentlemen suitors.
Allow me to
Allow me
make
to
my
make my
case.
case.
This guy plays football, but I once won the whole Super Bowl by myself. This guy is a weightlifter, but I can bench an entire continental shelf. That dude is a scientist, but I already cured all diseases last week. That's not enough, let me ask, when was the last time one of these has killed a motherfucking mythical beast? Oh yeah, I will rock your world, 'cause I'm a dragon slayer girl. I shall now expose my chest. Don't act like you're not impressed. How hard did I just seal the deal? With my dragon slayer seal, do you feel all my sexy appeal? Story that's so very totally real. I rode up to the mountain top. It was 90,150,000 100 feet in the air. Till I found a dragon's cave and I fought through his army. Fought some karate bears. His breath was a blast from hell. We fought so hard I missed a long-standing appointment for brunch. I swung my horse like a club and it caused a sonic boom that ruptured space and then exploded the sun. You are now in love with both my dragon slayer nuts. I killed a demon with these hands. Did I say I'm also in a band? In case you might need more proof, I brought the dragon right to you. It's the one that I slew. He'll attest that my story is totally true. What was that? I don't even know how this is coming out on stream. This could sound awful. I'm out of water. I'm destroying my voice. I am a dragon, not some guy Dan met at the bus station in a dragon suit. Whoa! Girl, let's go back to my place. Nothing fancy, just a huge mansion in space. Can you guess what's coming next? Here's a hint, I'm talking about sex. This is the best day of your life. You'll be my dragon slayer wife. Now it's time to decide which lucky one of us is gonna be a lover tonight.
Oh, I see you've chosen football player. And a scientist. And apparently the weightlifter as well. And the dragon. And Ninja Brian. And the manticore.
He wasn't even in this song. I'm gonna throw up my fucking...
No, you don't. No, you don't. What you do is you came here to assassinate his shit.
Ninja Brian.
What can we get? What can we get? There has to be one more. One more. That won't be impossible. No. Oh, come on. Come on, give me a good one. Give me a fucking good one. No. Oh.
You're walking in the woods.
What the fuck is this? This is my playlist.
Yeah.
Nope. That's the wrong playlist. That's Wu-Tang Clan. I'm not doing that. We already did this one.
Hello and welcome.
We already did this one. I'll probably never listen back to this because it's so distorted and
Sometimes
I know which one I want to do. I gotta go find it. Where would it be? Going to be a single. Where is it? There it is. Yeah. I probably can't do this one either. Let's go. Hey pretty lady, you're looking real fine. This is our first date. I'm not like other guys. I can tell that you have played it safe your whole life. So let's get naughty and break a couple rules tonight. Sneak in a movie no one will ever know, and run on private property and hold each other close beneath the moonlight. I got a fun idea. Lean and kiss your cheek and gently whisper in your ear. Let's steal a car tonight. Commit a felony with me and drive until the sunrise. Let's steal a motherfucking car tonight. We young and alive. Let's commit some crimes. Hey, I like you. I got you flowers. Let's get some coffee. Look deep in my eyes and tell me about your family. We can hold hands, then you can watch me shoot cocaine into my eyes and rock a burglary. Let's steal some art tonight. Once a few Picassos when you're on a sexy date highs. Let's steal some precious fucking art tonight. We young and alive. Let's cross the state lines. Or you know, we could go a little bit more traditional. Go for a walk, watch a movie. Actually, there's a really nice exhibit at the Botanical Gardens. Ninja Brian was just telling me about it. He loved it. Wait, you know what? Fuck it! Let's kill some guy tonight. We're holding hands and laughing while we shank him in the starlight. Let's take a motherfucking life tonight. We young and alive. I could say for that guy, yeah. Let's kill 5 guys tonight. We'll share a cherry cola while we blast a savage drive-by. Let's kill 10 guys tonight.
You know what? First
Hey, let's pump the brakes on the murders. Let's kill 5 guys tonight. I'll take you back to your place and we'll craft a perfect alibi. Man, we had fun tonight. We're young and alive. You can call me anytime.
next week? No? Oh, alright.
Fuck me. I don't even know if that sounded any good. That's it. Fuck off. We're done. Go away. Okay.